Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel General Redneck. Today's video is what is prepping and why you should start. So, I'm sure if you've found your way to this video that you're getting into the preparedness kind of whole scenario kind of stuff. And you're probably wondering how do I start? What should I do? You know? What are the basics? But this video is going to be what you should do for beginning prepping and just the basic essentials. I'll just go over a few tutorials and whatever that'll help you out. So prepping, the actual term is prepping, is to be prepared for any kind of bad scenario, whether it be something like a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina or a really bad snowstorm or volcano erupting or something like that. Or you can go anything from that to all-out nuclear war, like Mad Max movies. And then there's those people that get prep for stuff like zombie apocalypses and various other things. I mean, personally, I've been through a few scenarios where I should have been had some extra supplies and stuff on hand. Like this one time, no, it was probably 2004, and where I live, we had an extremely bad ice storm, and couldn't go to school, parents couldn't go to work, you know, there was trees falling all over the place, there's a bunch of ice on the lines, we had no power. Even, that's when I basically knew that I should get into prepping. I was 6 years old at the time or so. I think it was 2004, and it was probably about 6. And yeah, I was just yeah, Mom, Dad, we should have extra food and water and stuff, because I mean, being a young kid and realizing it from that age that you need extra stuff on hand makes you think, with the way things are going in the world right now, North Korea threatening with nukes, all the crazy stuff going on in the Middle East, don't you think it'd be good to get extra food and stuff to survive for a while? No. I was just watching the news a week ago. There's another thing that you should be prepared for. That's a government shutdown, economic collapse. Just look at how Venezuela is. They're obviously a socialist country. That's not really working out for them. Look at the USSR. It didn't work out for them. Soviet Union collapsed. Yeah, so you should be prepared for economic collapse, because money's not going to be worth crap. So you might as well be able to have food and water, guns, extra stuff like that, basic essentials. If you want to know more about survival and basic preparedness, check out my survival, hunting, etc. playlist on this channel. Just go over to the playlist section. There's a ton of information on that whole topics, and all your survival sort of needs. And it's with an economic collapse, government shutdown, you'll definitely be able to need extra food to barter with, because there's gonna be money that's worth nothing, literally nothing. It's just paper as is. Just think when shit hits the actual fan and you have, let's say you're a millionaire, got a nice house, mansion, Lamborghini or two, and all you really have is that stuff. You don't have any actual preparedness sort of stuff. And you got like a week's worth of food, you know, just like maybe some frozen pizzas, chicken nuggets, like milk. Maybe you have like a few bottles of water. You know, like how long is that gonna last you? So I'm just gonna give a few tips from here on like basic survival and preparedness. And here we go. You know, if you're like just starting out, you should get 2 weeks of food and 2 weeks of water for your basic starting preps. I mean, on average, it's 1 gallon per person per day. I mean, yeah, I mean, that would work for some people, but I mean, there's always those clean freaks, germphobes types of people, and all they'd probably need extra water to clean themselves. They're germphobes, don't like getting dirty. So personally, I suggest 2 gallons of water per person per day for 2 weeks, along with enough non-perishable food for 2 weeks. Just start off, and from there you can take it a little bit farther at a time. Maybe after you get basic understanding of like going on 2 weeks, maybe you can bump up 3 weeks, month, 2 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, 5 years. Keep just like going on from there. You know, it doesn't. Another tip to help you survive is having a gun. You know, just like get a pistol, even if it's something small like 22 long rifle pistol, or even if it's like a 500 S&W Magnum. I mean, that's like shooting a cannon out of your hand. Seen it before. And it's good to have a pistol, shotgun, preferably for me 12 gauge, like just about any 12 gauge shotgun will do. I personally go with single shot Winchester Model 37. It's reliable. I know how to clean it all, and you should like have quite a few extra rounds of ammo. And yeah, you can have any kind of shotgun, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, single shot, semi-auto, you know, pump action. Just have extra shotgun, because you could have that for hunting. And a rifle. I'd go, personally, where I live, obviously, this whole video's out in the woods. And it's definitely a good area to hunt. So, like, personally, I'd go with like a gun that shoots 308 caliber, because it's pretty powerful. Shoot through a bunch of this brush that you see. And if I could see a deer like right now, be way over there, past some trees and stuff, way back there. I mean, it would be good to have like 5.56 or like 44 Magnum lever action or something like that. Just get a scope with your rifle, because odds are you'll need one. Now for the other things I was gonna say. So, a pistol, a shotgun, and a rifle. It's guns that you should need. And like the other things I was gonna say are when you should start prepping. Like, start prepping now, because you'll never know when shit is gonna hit the fan for any kind of situation. And other things I wanted to discuss was like what kinds of prepping are there, you know? Like like there's so much stuff on this whole preparedness topic that, you know, you should like have like a few ideas to go off of. First thing I was going to say about that was like homesteading. You know, like, have you ever, it's like the old time being in America, like 1700s, early 1800s, you know, you had to do things yourself. There wasn't any conveniences like today, like cars or internet or electricity. You know, you had to be self-reliant. You know, just look at the Native Americans. They've lived off the land for thousands upon thousands of years. I mean, they basically, in their villages and whatever, they pretty much practice homesteading, like what would be considered homesteading today. Right in their village, you know, they had like the woman like tending the crops and whatever. He had the men doing obviously more physical work, like hunting and like making tools and stuff, bows and arrows. And you know, that's a good idea. I would like to get into homesteading when I actually find a place to live. Yeah, homesteading. You just like have a bunch of crops, basically everything you need to do, whether it's blacksmithing, growing crops, like making your own stuff, pretty much with like your family or whatever. You know, just do that on a piece of property. Have people have their own houses and whatever. Maybe campers, considering how things are today. You know, they got like beds and stuff, keep you out of the rain. Yeah, that's pretty much homesteading. Now, this homesteading is a bit different from prepping. Prepping is basically what you do, like most common things you'd see from like channels like mine. You know, like Pastor Joe Fox at Viking Preparedness. He's got some good stuff. He's got a homestead. You can look on his channel for more homesteading sort of stuff. Now prepping, that's like having like extra supplies and stuff at your house. You know, like 6 months, a year, few years worth of extra supplies on hand, like at your house. You know, like in your garage or in your attic or something. You know, like getting a bunch of like extra food and water and guns. You know, that's pretty much prepping at its most basic form. You know, I'm just not going into too much detail. I know this video is kind of long and all, but that's like the basic of prepping. Now, the last thing I want to touch on for this kind of little section right here, the bare essentials of these, I wanted to go over bugging out. That's like one of the other most common types of like preparedness sorts of things. You know, like you might live in a big city like New York City or like Boston, Los Angeles, Washington D.C. You know, places like that. Odds are, if there's like nuclear war, most people will die. You know, it's no getting over that. Just look at what happened in 1945 when America bombed Japan. I mean, most people died. But if you feel like there's a good enough reason to get out of wherever you are, whether it's big city, small town, you know, you've got a place that you can go out way in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, maybe like your cousin Jimmy's or something. And you should like have a bag ready, like some essentials, like a couple days food, couple days water, some extra clothes, maybe some fire starting stuff or whatever. You know, I'll go in more detail about bugging out, prepping, and homesteading in future videos, but I'll definitely be giving you a few tips on this bugging out if you don't know what it is. I mean, obviously there's probably going to be a few people that are like, oh yeah, that's like the bare essentials, bugging out and whatever, that might watch this video. And they're like, you just should get like a backpack ready for you and your family. like just in case you have to get out your house quick. You know, sort of like a camping bag. That's like basically one way you can put it. Your bug out bag could be like your camping bag. Let's say you like going like on hikes and stuff normally as is. You know, you could just like consider your camping or hiking bag to be your bug out bag. You know, if you go check out my improvised EDC gear video, this is like the first video I put out on this channel. You'll see how I have a like camo backpack, and I can use that for like my hiking, camping kind of bag, but also for my primary function for the bag is it being a fucking bug out bag. You know, like that's pretty much all I have to say about this whole subject for the video. And yeah, that's about it. So make sure you like, subscribe, share this video and all that kind of stuff. You know, share on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you got. And that's about it, what I want to talk about. So from now, I'm just gonna sort of look around out here, doing somewhat a hiking video. I mean, it's just trail right behind my house. Nothing too fancy out here, clearly. You know, right here actually, I was gonna make like little target range like right out here. So when I do more videos on like how I'm gonna do like combat kind of stuff, like how-tos, I'm gonna do like shooting videos out here, just so everyone knows. And that's pretty much it for the video. Like I said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And have a good day from General Redneck.